Hats off to China. First, she is the only nation on Earth whose economy grew in Covid-blighted 2020, and today she is confirmed as the EU's #1 trading partner. Must be high fives all round among the cock-a-hoop commies in Beijing, not to mention Brussels. Not only that, but that wholly independent and not-at-all-craven-to-the-Chinese body, the World Health Organization, has exonerated the nation of having anything whatsoever to do with the world's COVID-19 pandemic, which is now officially French or Australian. Be in no doubt, we are watching the rise of a totalitarian superpower of a whole new order to ones the planet has ever seen before. It is happening before our eyes, and we are acting like rabbits in headlights, powerless or unwilling to do anything about it. Everything, but everything, is going right for China. They rip up the internationally agreed rules on governing Hong Kong, and no one does anything. They create the first concentration camps since Hitler and intern more than 1 million Muslims, and no one does anything. They set up a system of impossible-to-repay loans with third world and second world nations under the Belt and Road scheme in a clear bid to hold them to ransom a little way down the line, and no one does anything. They build artificial islands bristling with guns in the South China Sea, all the better to terrorize nearby nations and claim the seas, and no one does anything. They trigger the worst health crisis the planet has seen since pretty much the plague, then lie, cover up and cheat the world out of divining how and where COVID actually started, and no one does anything. They carry out ongoing cyber attacks against the UK, US military, Indian government, and pretty much everyone else they hate, and no one does anything. They parade a next-generation nuclear-capable hypersonic missile, even the USA is years away from achieving, and obviously no one does anything. And on, and on. China's catalog of contempt for the international community and of human rights abuses is matched only by its economic might. We've had totalitarian foes before, of course, but they've always been economic basket cases. The Soviet Union, of course, but North Korea, Cuba, especially for the Americans, and even the shadier nations of the Middle East. Lots of hate, yes, bags of antipathy, of course, but ultimately poor as church mice. But China will probably by 2025 and certainly by 2030 overtake the US as the world's #1 superpower. And she doesn't just nudge ahead. By 2050 her economy is predicted to be twice that of the US.